Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Discriminating Gamer. I used to be a banker, but I lost interest. Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to go ahead and take a look back at my top 10 games of 2014. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been 10 years since the first top 10 list of the year was on the channel. Back in 2014, I was just an adjunct at Salt Lake Community College, and I was also working at the planetarium doing star shows. I was doing some writing for a newspaper. I've come a long way in the last 10 years, and that's when I started the channel. And I actually at that time, like I say, I put up my very first top 10 of the year list. So I want to go ahead, look at these games. Am I still playing them? Are they still in my collection? What's going on? What are my thoughts on them? So first of all, my number 10 was Battle of the Five Armies. Now, Battle of the Five Armies was a riff on Lord of the Rings. It was like a sequel to War of the Ring, rather, uh, based on the battle in The Hobbit. And it was a two-player game, but you take on the roles of these various figures and characters would come out. It was a very story-driven game, and I really enjoyed it. I had fun with it, but I played it a few times, and it kind of felt samey to me. I had a lot of fun with it, but I think this is one I got rid of when I moved to Texas, in my Great Purge when I moved to Texas. I think I played it maybe a total of 5 or 6 times, maybe. It's been so long, but I kind of, after a while, I kind of lost interest in it. It was a very fun game for a while, but that's what it was. But that was Battle of the Five Armies. That was from Ares Games, I believe, published that. My number 9 was Level 7 Invasion. Level 7 Invasion was a game that essentially it was this alien invasion game, and you were on Earth and you're trying to defend against this alien invasion. It was in a series of games, Level 7 Escape and Level 7 Omega Protocol. I never played Escape. I didn't hear too many good things, but Omega Protocol's awesome. I actually gave that one away and I reacquired it. But Level 7 Invasion was a good game. Again, one I played a few times. I really liked it, but it was too fiddly. Like every round had like 16 steps, and there was just too much going on. And then about the same time, XCOM, the board game, came out, which covered kind of the same thematic material in a similar way. In a lot of ways, they were different games, but it was similar enough that at the end of the day, I just thought, I can do without Level 7 Invasion. So that's one. I actually think I gave that. Yeah, I gave that to a buddy of mine. I think was it Aaron? I can't remember, but I gave it to a friend of mine during a purge. Maybe it was that Texas purge. I can't remember, but anyway, I gave that one away, and I don't miss it. You know, I don't need to play it again. It's a fun game, but it's just not one I feel like I need to reacquire or anything. So that was number 9. That is Level 7 Invasion. That was from Privateer Press. 2014's number 8 was Star Realms. Now, this, of course, is a game that I still play to this day. In fact, I've got a copy of this here somewhere, and then I've also got a copy in in my car, and I've got a copy in my office. And no, I got the other copy in my bag, and sometimes I play this with my students. Sometimes I actually, in my faculty profile page, I say, hey, stop by my office and we'll play a game. But this is, I've said this before, if we count the digital app on my phone of Star Realms, I probably play this more than any other game. Because this is, I say, it's my go-to toilet game. I play it a lot of times when I'm on the bathroom. When I'm in the bathroom, I play this game. It's just, but it's a fun game, and I enjoy playing it against other people. The actual card game, it's a lot of fun. I've always enjoyed it. I like how portable it is. This is a game you can take anywhere and just have a little bit of fun for a little bit. Star Realms is still an important part of my gaming life. So that is number 8, Star Realms. That is from Wise Wizard Games. My number 7 is a game that I really liked for a long time. Took it with me to Texas, Wyoming. I've really enjoyed this game over the years, and it's based on a great IP. I love the television show, and I thought the game was fantastic. This was Sons of Anarchy, Men of Mayhem. Really good, kind of a hybrid of Euro and Ameritrash. It was area control. It was like worker placement, but it was also you would battle for the the places there. It was really fun. I liked it a lot until about a year or two ago. Gale Force 9 came out with Wise Guys, and Wise Guys is like the exact same game, but the IP is different. It's just kind of a generic gangsters in Prohibition Chicago game. And that one is actually a little more streamlined. It's a little easier to get to the table. And particularly when you're playing with people that don't know the IP with Sons of Anarchy. And Sons of Anarchy is a pretty brutal game, and there's some of the locations were pretty risque, I guess you could say. There's like an adult theater and a porno theater, those sorts of things. So the Wise Guys was it's just a little, like I say, easier to get to the table. So I got rid of Sons of Anarchy, like I say, about a year or two ago. Not long after Wise Guys came out, I actually I donated it to my school library. But it was a very fun game. I like it, and it was replaced only by a game that's very, very similar. So that is number 7, Sons of Anarchy, Men of Mayhem, and that's from Gale Force 9. My number 6 is a game that is still, until I played Heat, I probably would have said this was my favorite just straight racing game. But this is Thunder Alley from GMT Games. This is a great uh, like I say, it's a racing game, but the way you play the cards, and whenever you play cards, you push or pull other cards along. And what I love about this game is it's one of those games that when you play it, you're always paying attention, even when it's not your turn, because fun things are going to happen, even when it's not your turn. And it is very, very, very cool. I really love this game quite a bit. However, I think in 2020, GMT came out with Apocalypse Road, which is the same game, but it's got guns and shooting and weapons and stuff. And to me, that was just a little more fun. And I felt like I didn't need both of them in my collection. So I gave Thunder Alley to Zach. I don't know if he's played it. I don't even think he's played it yet. He really needs to. But I gave that to him, and then I kept Apocalypse Road. And I know I was talking to Ray, and he just got Thunder Alley, and he's super excited because I think he played it. And I think he really liked it. But it's a great game. Like I say, Heat too. I just recently started playing Heat, and that's going to be kind of my go-to racing game. Although I will keep Apocalypse Road because it is different enough, and I do like the guns and stuff in that one. So my number 6, Thunder Alley, that is from GMT Games. So my number 5 from 2014 was, appropriately enough, Five Tribes. Five Tribes was from Days of Wonder. It was kind of an Ancala game, a game where, of course, you're moving around these this grid. You're getting certain advantages here or there. There's different commodities that you could gain that you can use. I played this a few times, and I really, really liked it quite a bit. And one night we were going to review a game, but we got like a huge turnout, which like never happens. Usually I was fighting for people to come to game night. And one night we got like twice as many people as we needed. So we just said, well, okay, I will take one team and we'll play this game we got to review. And I just, for some reason, I brought along, I had some other games with me, and these other guys wanted to play Five Tribes. I say, okay, you play Five Tribes. So we reviewed the other game. They played Five Tribes, and it just so happened that among that other group was Zach, and Zach fell in love with Five Tribes. And not long after that, as much as I like Five Tribes, I think he liked it a lot more. I just thought, you know what? You can have it. Go ahead and take it. And he did, and he had a fantastic, fantastic experience with that game. He still owns it to this day. So that is Five Tribes. That is Days of Wonder. My number 4 was Golem Arcana, and Golem Arcana was, gosh, I can't even remember the company that produced it, but Golem Arcana was the first game I ever played that had app integration. You had this little stylus, and you would like move these monsters. You had these really cool minis, these sculpts that would move on this table, and you'd move them around, but you would actually move them too in the app, and it would have their stats, and it would keep track of the battle. And honestly, looking back on it now, it felt more like a video game with just kind of this real life component you could keep track of stuff with as far as where units were on a board. You could probably play the game just with the app, but it was fun. I really enjoyed it. I liked it a lot, but I actually bought quite a few of the things, but it just ran out. They stopped building this stuff, and the writing was on the wall. They were probably going to stop supporting it, and that's the great bane of anybody who complains about the possibilities of an app integrated game. They're just going to stop supporting it. This is a case where it did. Now I still had these really cool minis, but I think the app was, I don't think the app's still up, but it was for a while. And I kind of saw the writing on the wall. I actually ended up, I think I sold this game to someone. I sold all my minis and stuff that I bought for that. I think I sold that to just like some guy on the internet I found. And again, this is one I don't miss. Glad I played it. Good experience. It was fun while I had it, but I probably took a loss overall. But when you factor in how much fun I had playing it, I think it's okay. So that was number 4, Golem Arcana. Again, I don't recall the company. My number 3 was Legendary Encounters, an alien deck building game. Legendary Encounters, an alien deck building game. This was a fantastic game. I remember I played it and it just blew me away because I'd already loved Legendary Marvel, and this was the first encounter system, and it just kind of enhanced everything I loved about Marvel with the cards coming down right from the villain deck, sliding face down. It was so much fun. I loved it, and it blew me away. And this is a game that is still in my collection. It is a game that I still get out at least a few times every year, at least twice every year, and play because it it's scary, it's fun, it's interesting. It's got a lot of modes and stuff I've never even tried. I keep thinking maybe I should try it with like the trader mode or stuff like that, and I just never have. And it's too bad because there's so much to mine in this game. But I just love playing the core game. It's so much fun. And I have gotten some of the expansions to it, which are good, not great. They let you play through some of the other movies. The Alien Queen expansion, the game is hard enough without someone playing against you, and I haven't seen anybody win except the person playing the Queen when they play with the Alien Queen expansion. But nevertheless, the core game is super, super fun. Highly recommend that one. And I'm glad that it's still in my collection. So that is my number 3, Legendary Encounters, an alien deck building game. That's from Upper Deck. My number 2 is a game that I kickstarted, and it's Xia Legends of a Drift System. Now, I'll tell you right now, I love this game. I thought this game was phenomenal. I absolutely loved Xia Legends of a Drift System. But when I had the Great Purge of 2017, when I moved to Texas, I thought, you know what? I've got this, and I've got Firefly, and I've only got room for one. I chose Firefly. And I'm not going to say I made the wrong decision because I love Firefly. I got the collector's edition of Firefly. I love Firefly. But I did miss Xia. I thought there was some unusual, fun things about Xia I really, really missed. So I was talking to Ray, and he mentioned that the Far Off Games was actually doing a Kickstarter for another game, but you could buy Xia is part of that Kickstarter. So I pledged so I could get a copy of Xia. I didn't pledge for the game that was actually up there, but I'm getting Xia, and I think that should fulfill in the fall. But I'll get that, and I'm really looking forward to playing Xia again because it is a phenomenal game. And I actually bought it with the expansions and the other goodies too, so I'm super excited about that. Although the original game had the backer's name on it, had my name on it, and I don't know if this one will. Oh well. But that's Xia Legends of a Drift System. Fantastic game. Far Off Games. Looking forward to reacquiring it. Finally, my number 1 is a game that I owned. I got rid of in 2017 with the Great Purge. Gave it to Zach. Zach, I don't think, ever played it. And I was down there a while ago, and I saw it, and he said, just take it. So I took it back, and I have reacquired it into my collection. This was a game that when it came out absolutely blew me away. It had a campaign game and a skirmish mode, and I played through the campaign, which was fun, but I think for me it really shined as the skirmish mode, and this is Star Wars Imperial Assault from Fantasy Flight Games. This is a great Star Wars game. Now, like I say, I played through the campaign. We had fun with it, but to me, like most campaign games I played get a little tedious toward the end, as that one did. And so I was very happy when we actually when I started playing it really seriously as the skirmish game. And I really do enjoy the skirmish. To me, that was a lot of fun. I liked how the way the dice would trigger off the cards. You could use the force and stuff like that. And it's very thematic, and it's one of those games that really drags you into the Star Wars universe. Really enjoy Imperial Assault. I have not yet played it since I reacquired it. I need to play that skirmish game again because it was great. I didn't get any of the big box expansions, but I got some of the other little characters, packs, and stuff you can get that are in there. But yeah, I need to at some point need to play the expansion or the skirmish game again. That is Imperial Assault, Star Wars Imperial Assault. That is my number 1 game from 2014 and my reassessment. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me know. What did you think of these games when they come out? Are they still in your collections? Are you still playing them? Have you forgotten about them? Let me know what you think. I'm very interested to hear. As always, please leave a comment for us in YouTube, Board Game Geek, on our Facebook page. Please like this video and subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter. Like us on Facebook. All that good stuff. And I would ask you to check out my other channel, Cody Carlson, PhD, military history, good stuff like that. My own lectures are up there. And then I'd ask you to click this video on Board Game Geek. And please, if you like the kinds of stuff we bring you, I would humbly ask you to click on the Super Thanks button and leave a tip. You know, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to ask you a riddle. What is it that has 2 butts and kills people? An assassin.
Please somebody help me on my feet again. And I don't know where I'm going, and I don't know where I've been. Please somebody help me on the solid ground. It's a long time, and I've been dying. Once a year I wind up in the band. God knows that I love to fight, but I don't ever win. It's a fine line to damnation, but God let me in.
Yay! I